This is Coach Janine, helping ambitious moms and nurse leaders beat burnout and bloom with harmony. So guess what? I am going back through, and I was just reading through my Q&A of questions, and somebody asked me, because I got to put my glasses on because I mean business. Janine, how do you have permission to pause? That was a question that they asked me that I think I can answer it here, especially since we are celebrating I Choose Me Bootcamp current cohort. And if you're not in there, then you can join our waiting list at intentionalqueenjourney.com or book a free breakthrough call with me at coachjanine.com. And that way you can get on our waiting list because we're getting ready to do the next cohort, okay? And it's a 90-day coaching experience where you're learning how to boost confidence, how to beat burnout, and how you get a personalized harmony roadmap, okay? So you never lose yourself again. And these women are winning, and I want you to win. And so these are so key to permission to pause. So the reason why I wanted to bring this back full center is because when I was speaking at a current speaking engagement for women in leadership, and I talked to them about the permission to pause, because being on my current sabbatical from nurse anesthesia to just really reset. See, if you don't really know me, I don't look like what I've been through, okay? I've been through a lot, and if you go through my social media, you can see my story is all over there. And so it is at Intentional Queen podcast, Journey to Restoration with Jenny. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can check it out. We're over 20,000 downloads, so there you can immerse yourself in my story. But where I'm going with that is I hit burnout twice. I hit that wall. I got sick, and I had a lot of health problems related to it. And so I really had to learn how I had to give myself permission to pause, permission to rest. And we talk about that in my book as well. So people said, well, oh, is this just a book about you? No, it's not really about me. It's a guide. And so each part of this book is breaking down my Bloom signature framework, but it's giving you tools, right? And so as a fellow mom and as a healthcare worker who, when you read through the stats and they talk about how burnout is so prevalent for moms, but also for nurses. And for me being a nurse anesthesiologist, but being in nursing for over 25 years, I was reading some literature that said 40% of nurses are leaving the profession after 2 years. And the reason why I bring that full circle is I'm a nurse anesthetist, but I also serve in other ways. So just getting to a point to recognize that the permission to pause is sometimes you have to back away. You have to catch what's really happening in your life. And I had to take audit and figure out, where am I pouring so much and where I'm not saying I choose me. Because see, I lost myself. So the point of me bringing this full circle is the program is based off the book. The framework is based off of how I had to get there, but it's evidence-based, backed by things that I've seen in literature, in lived experience. So no, this is not just read about my story, because sometimes it's a place for that. But this here is a tool. You pick this up when you need to talk about different things. You hear me? And so the reason why I want to bring in permission to pause is because I even have a whole section on that. And so we break this down into 4 parts. I got here, navigating life's crossroad in the pursuit of success. Part 2 is be intentional. Part 3 is mindset growth. And part 4 is blooming into your soft woman season, which is transformation. You see these balloons here because they're graduating today from the current cohort, and I'm so proud of them. But when you are permission to rest or pause, is giving yourself the time to give your body what it needs so you can show up best. And so somebody said, well, what do? You got the bloom. You got to do the bloom method. And the first part of the bloom method is believing in yourself, but it's also that positive, sexy self-talk. So if you don't talk to yourself in that manner, I got a whole checklist on that. And that's even a part of the first part of my framework, where we really nail that down, where I have an even unleashing confidence playbook for them to understand. We hammer that down. If you want to get that free checklist, go to intentionalqueenjourney.com. As soon as you sign up to our email list, you will get this. But this is where I want you to understand the permission to pause is giving yourself permission that you deserve rest. Because if you don't deserve I'm laughing because I used to be like grind. Being a nurse over 25 years and getting to the bag and doing all those things, but all the things I lost too. And so it comes a point where you have to rest, or you're going to be sitting down. And if you're a kingdom woman like I am, what God say on the 7th day? And it was good. And he took a rest. And so you got to say to yourself, it is good. I'm going to rest. And I'm not going to rest for them. I'm resting for me because it's good. Most of the time we don't rest because we don't feel like it's good. But it's good, perfectionist. It's good. It's good enough. And I want you to think about something else. No, you are good enough. Because I was asked a question on that in a recent India fusion talent, but it's a article based out of India. And they asked me, like, what is something you will go back and tell women in leadership or women coming behind you? And I'd be like, that you good enough. Because I think we fight and we hustle and get out of alignment. We get out of work-life balance, have no harmony, because we are trying to hit a marker that's not meant for us. And we didn't take the rest. We just push through. And that push through culture will have you in the hospital somewhere or 6 feet under. Like, it's real deal. Like, I almost had a stroke. So all I'm saying to you is I'm talking from experience. But how you talking to yourself, Queen? To answer that question is very loaded. But I want to give you something that's foundational, because you got to be able to activate momentum. And if I give you everything, you're going to be like, well, that's just too much. And then you're going to get overwhelmed because you're in burnout. So you like, I'm already stressed anyway. And another thing, just because I don't want this video to go too long, but I feel like it need to be said, it's your mental load, Queen. It's your mental load. When you understand that the mind is very important, your thoughts lead to feelings that lead to actions that lead to results. So when you want a life that is catapulting you where you need to be, you need to get a hold of those thoughts. It will help you get to where you need to be. And so if you really want to check out, go to my YouTube channel. You can see recently with my clients Tia and my clients Pauline, I had them come in and do a Queen series with me, because I wanted you guys to see it's not just me. But one thing they're going to tell you is I'm going to work that mindset, but I'm going to work that schedule. And so shouting out my current cohort that's graduating today. And I just want to say to you guys, give yourself permission to pause and ask yourself, where you not really showing up for you, but really how you talking to yourself. And if you really want to get a good place to start, you got the YouTube channel, Janine RTV. And you also can get the free positive, sexy talk checklist at intentionalqueensjourney.com. That's it for my PSA, but I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye.